Good afternoon, and welcome to day 11 of our meditation time together. It's good to be back with you on this Monday afternoon here in Ohio. It's still gorgeous and sunny, so I'm bringing some of that sunshine right into our call together. All right, let's go ahead and start. You can either have a seat on the floor or a chair on your bed if that's more comfortable. And let yourself register the surface of whatever you're sitting on so you can feel the solidness of it, how there's a surface underneath that surface. And all of those layers are ultimately landing on top of earth, dirt, layers and layers of dirt. So if you can imagine whatever you're connected to is connected to the surface underneath that, is connected to the surface underneath that, and all of it starts to root in and grow really deep grounding roots that go all the way into 100, 200, 1,000 feet of dirt underneath where you're sitting. Yeah, and then notice if your body feels the tug of gravity as the roots go down. Especially with a group meditation like this, you're tapping into the energy of all the other people who are also listening to this. And so there's a collective attention put on grounding, on rooting in. And so you can feel it tugs your system, your body, closer to the earth. You know, there's a pull in the bottom of your belly or your hips of be here in this body, in this moment, creating a pause for whatever it is that we're going to look at together. Yeah, if your body's resisting, just make friends with it, right? Just remind your body it's safe. You can tap your legs or give yourself a little hug, like it's safe. We're just pausing for a moment. We can pick everything right back up in 15, 20 minutes when we're done. But for now, we're going to create a tiny space, a pocket in the day to just pause and be still. Good. Good. Feel your body relax as you claim that time for yourself. Right? Notice how your shoulders can drop, your jaw can loosen, your belly muscles can take a break as you bring in more air and slow down your breathing. Yeah, feel the surface of the chair behind you. So register that you have support at your back, right? There's always some energy, someone who has your back, whether you believe in God or Source, or if you have guides that you work with. You know, there's always this energetic support around us saying, it's okay. It's okay. You chose this life. This is a good thing. And let's see what we can create while we're here. Yep, so let your back relax into the chair. Know that you're held. Feel your feet either on the floor or the bed. And kind of dig your toes in and just let yourself plant roots here also. So from the bottoms of your feet, you can imagine that the roots open up and they just go straight down into all those layers of dirt, just like the bed or the chair legs did. Yep, and as your feet grow roots, you can choose to open up the pathway if you want, so that energy can drain out the bottoms of your feet. So any turbulence in your body that you've had on this Monday, you know, we come from a weekend right back into the busyness of activities, work, school, family, homes, businesses, you know, whatever it is that the activities require from us. There's all this momentum as we start the week. So you can just feel in your body any places that feel heavy or overwhelmed or tired. And you can just run that energy that doesn't feel like it serves in this moment all the way down to your legs. Run it down your legs to your feet and then straight out into the earth. Yeah, and for me, when I do that, there's more of a sense of being tugged down, of gravity pulling from the bottoms of my feet. So you can just let some of that be waves of emotion or energy that just move through you and down and out. Good. Good, and then bring your attention to the center of your hips. to your root chakra, which is right at your pelvic area. And then imagine you can create more grounding, more density right in the center of that root chakra. So you can feel a heaviness. You can imagine that you're sitting perhaps on a really big wooden stump, an old tree that has huge roots. And so by you sitting on that, you're anchoring your root chakra even more firmly into this moment. And as you do that, it can start to pull or magnetize back all of your energy that you've been depositing on the way to this moment. So your to-do list from this morning, the things that you did or didn't get done over the weekend, the party that was so much fun, all of the good and, as we judge them, bad things that happen over several days. You leave part of your attention in those places or with those people. So in this moment, just go ahead and start magnetizing your energy back into your body. Sometimes that feels like for me a bit crampy. It's like as energy comes back into my body, I can feel like a tug inside my belly area, my stomach. So just notice as you bring your energy back into your body, it should feel more dense, more human, more solid. As you pull your energy from your brain down, down, down towards your root, same thing, right? You're going to fill up that bottom half of your body that's often vacated because our minds are so busy. So feel that pulling you down and rooting you in right here. Yep. Go ahead and do one more round. So pulling back anything in front of, behind, to the side of you that is your energy, your attention. Pulling it down and into your body. Good. Good. And then take a breath. Let your body relax. All this work to get ourselves fully here, right? But notice how in just a few moments you can shift your entire awareness of how your day has been going by just coming to presence. Yeah, it's really quite powerful. All right, what we're going to look at today is something that's come up with several conversations I've already had and things that are playing out also for myself. And it feels like it's about how we give or serve those that we care about, but still do it from a place of holding a boundary or holding the edges to our energy, keeping our power, our attention inside of us, and yet still being able to serve and work with all of those who we care about around us. Depending on what your personality is like, for some people that's super easy, right? Of course, like why would I give anyone extra attention or extra support? I mean, I need it for me and they need it for them. And so the boundaries feel very clear, very delineated. For other personalities, when you're used to like taking care of people more, giving more energy to everybody around you, and then not being open to receiving it back, when you don't have this easy flow back and forth that sustains you, you're constantly just sending and giving to other people, it's harder, and that's my personality, it's harder for us to hold the space of those that we care about. And so it's a learning edge for us. It's a stretch, right, of how do we do this thing that feels somewhat difficult at times. So we're going to play with that together today. So whatever your personality template would be or how you navigate boundaries, go ahead and just imagine you can pick somebody that you care about greatly. So it could be your partner, a child, a parent, a really close friend, a close coworker, someone you really invest a lot of your attention and your time into that relationship. And imagine you can have a seat on the floor energetically, if you can visualize a really comfortable room or two comfortable chairs across from each other. Imagine you can plant yourself on one side of the chair, And then that person that you're wanting to examine this relationship with, they can sit across from you. So it can just be a picture of them or an energetic representation of them, whatever feels right. But just imagine it's you and it's that person. Good. And then let yourself feel in this moment how you felt before they arrived versus how you feel now. So if it's the same, your energy's still here, you still feel really rooted, your root chakra feels heavy and dense, nothing's really changed except you can see them across from you, then that's great. Hold that experience for one moment. For those who have something different, right? So you feel like you're wanting to lean forward. Physically, you might find you're even doing that right now. You're wanting to get into their space, right? You're leaning towards them or energetically wanting to go in and, I don't know, protect them, save them, serve them, love them, whatever it is. You can feel yourself wanting to leave your body, your energy, and go into theirs. Just for a moment, imagine you can physically lean further back in your seat. Pull your attention back towards you and away from them. And notice, just be curious about how quickly that happened for you, right? For me, it's, my children, for example, I love my children, so I want to go in and take care of them and fix any hurts and make sure they have what they need. So there's this leaning forward thing that I do of really wanting to get in there and make sure everything's okay. And they're young adults, right? So what they need from me is to actually have me pull myself back and be more of a third party, objectively seeing what do they need in this moment. And it's probably space, right? They need space to grow up and learn the things that they're learning. Yeah, so either way, whether you lean forward or whether you felt like you stayed in your body the whole time, I want you to visualize that you can put like a really thin layer of water, like a waterfall, really, really thin layer in between you and that person that's sitting across from you. And just visualize it. So it goes from above your heads, right in between the two of you. Wide, wide, wide. It can go 10, 100, 50, however far you want, wide in between you. And then it goes all the way down to the floor and through the floor into the dirt underneath the ground. So you can see through this waterfall. You could put your finger through if you needed to reach out and energetically touch that person. But there's a clear space of you're on one side and they're on the other side. Good. And then notice what it brings up in your body. So if there's a contraction, go into the contraction and see. You know, like for me, I feel it in my heart space. My heart feels like it gets tight. And I'm like, oh, no, they're on the other side. I don't know. Are they okay over there? Do they need anything from me? Right? If it's relief, if it's an expansion in your space and you find yourself leaning back into the chair like, oh, that feels good. Yeah, they can totally take care of themselves. Look at that. They're doing fine on the other side of the waterfall. Notice that in your body. Good. Good. And then see if you can relax in your chair and just look through the water at the person on the other side. This is always eye-opening for me. It looks like you can see them through a different lens when you look through the waterfall. Right? It's almost like putting on another set of eyeglasses and you can suddenly see somebody differently than you saw before. So from this side of the waterfall, feel yourself rooting in. So grow the roots again. Go really deep down into the earth. Feel yourself firmly here. in your seat, having your own experience. Good. Good. And from this side, perhaps ask the question, how do I best serve this relationship? Or what's my action step that would be in the highest potential for this relationship we share? Or what is there for me to know in this moment that best serves both of us? Yeah. You might see something change in the other person. You might see more distance, perhaps their chair scooted back, or, in the perspective of my children, it looks to me when I look through the water at them like they get older, they get more grown up, right? I can still see them, I can still support them, but they have more space to become individuals. Right? If it's your partner, you might see something about their own growth, or something they're working on in their business, or a dream perhaps that they have had that they haven't pursued. And when you feel yourself firmly here looking at them through this different lens, different perspective, you're reminded of something beautiful about the soul that you're journeying with. And perhaps you can see a way to better support their growth. Yeah, if you find yourself leaning forward physically, go ahead and pull yourself back again. Lean against the back of your seat. Ground yourself in through the roots. Yeah, and then just ask, anything else? Is there anything else for me to know in this moment that's in the highest potential of this relationship together? Good. And then run the energy down your feet. So anything that came up that feels like it could get in the way or would pull you back into old patterns, or is perhaps some of your fear or your blocks about the relationship, just let that be energy that flows through your body, goes all the way down to your feet, and then down and out into the earth. Good. And then take a couple breaths. Yep. Imagine as you do that, you can blow love at the person on the other side of the waterfall, and you can send them back into their own space, thanking them for showing up. And you can clear out the waterfall. Yep. And then come back into your body. Good. Good. This is such a beautiful exercise to really look at our relationships from a different perspective and feel more empowered, about what we're creating. Every relationship that shows up, I believe, is teaching us something, and we're forgetful sometimes that there are lessons, right? We get caught up in the stories. So in this moment, it feels important to just pause and honor this relationship that is so important to you, so valuable to you. Yeah, and let your heart just feel or touch the level of love, the depth of the love that you hold for that person. Good. Good. Yeah, you can do this with, anyone else in that same position that you care about deeply. Just replay it or replay the steps in your own mind and see what there is to learn about all of these important relationships in your life. At some point we'll do on perhaps relationships that have ended or relationships that aren't as healthy for us. But for today, this felt like a beautiful place to start the week. So much love from my heart to yours.